Welcome back to the Clemson Insider from Amelia Island as we continue to cover the ACC spring meetings. I'm Will Vandervoort, and this guy right here probably doesn't need any introductions from Clemson fans. Known as Mr. Clemson, Eric McLean. Now he's Mr. ACC. Man, thanks for coming on with us and talking to us for a few minutes. First of all, how's the last couple of weeks been for you? I guess it's been a whirlwind.
Yeah, it really has been. You know, with the announcement back home in Death Valley, just such a warm welcome by all those fans. And, you know, it's always great to feel the love from the fans, especially being removed from the game for a couple of years. And, man, it was like I was playing all over again. You know, they said my name over the loudspeaker, and Death Valley really just erupted. So that was so cool and very near and dear to my heart. But then just, you know, coming to a great event like this, meeting and greeting for really the first time a lot of these coaches and basketball coaches and different people that work in the athletic department. So just a great time to be able to put a face to a name and hopefully being able to cover them all season long.
Now, I know they had a reception last night and all. Did you get to meet some of the coaches? And
yeah.
I know you're a big fan of Dino Babers,
right.
and, you know, you were just telling me that in there. You know, did you get to talk to those guys last night?
Yeah, so a lot of them were in there, and obviously they're very important people, so talking to a lot of guys, but was probably able to shake hands with half the coaches, and hopefully we'll get the other half tonight. But again, just to introduce myself, say, hey, looking forward to covering you guys, because a lot of great men, great leaders that are in this conference that I'm really excited to get to know just a little bit better.
So, you know, what has Dabo said to you since you've gone to the dark side, if you will?
He's happy. He's excited. You know, he probably saw that coming in some form or fashion, just with my availability to the media throughout my playing days. But no, he couldn't be happier for me.
Now, so the fans can get some clarification, what exactly are you going to be doing? Where are you going to be living? How are they going to get you there? I know the studios are going to be in Bristol. How is all that going to work?
Yeah, so it's looking like Friday night we'll have a big show that I'll be a part of as a college football analyst for the ACC network, where we'll probably preview the games of that weekend, maybe talk of the week before when that time comes around. And then Saturday, I imagine, will be a big gauntlet where, you know, we have the 12 o'clock, 3:30, and 8 o'clock games where, you know, we're kind of the pre-halftime and post-game show. So be really fun. You know, half of that team, I think, has been announced with Coach Rick and Roddy Jones from Georgia Tech. So really excited just to dive in with those guys and really just talk some football and get paid to do it. So it's a really cool thing that, you know, I can't be more excited to get going.
So as far as will you be breaking down game, I guess the thing to ask you is, fans want to know: are you going to be more of the Paul Feinbaum kind of guy, or are you going to be more of the analyst kind of guy? Who are you going to be? Are you going to be a Booger McFarland for the ACC?
Right. I think I'm going to be the guy who's telling you what he sees. I mean, that's what it's going to be, and it's for Clemson fans. It's finally someone who's been a part of your program. You know, we haven't had the luxury of having that as the Clemson Tigers before, and you know, just being able to give an inside look from an internal perspective, I think is going to be really exciting. But then from the whole ACC, I played in this conference. I know what it takes and who the opponents are and a lot of the coaches. So excited to get it going.
Are you looking forward to kind of going against when that matchup does happen this year between Clemson and Alabama, that we all just assume that you'll get to go up against those guys when they start talking about how wonderful the SEC is and the ACC doesn't shine? Were you looking forward to kind of saying, hold on a second to them?
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll be all in good fun, obviously, and being sister companies or whatever you want to call it. I think it can be a really cool thing. I think that people want to see it, obviously. I think that a little banter back and forth is healthy for everybody, but just know it's all in good fun. But I think it'll be a great time.
Now, when will you debut? Do you know yet when you will debut on the network?
So August 22nd is the first day of launch. So I imagine that next week, you know, for the Clemson game, whether we're doing stuff before that show, maybe earlier in that week. So I'm not 100% sure on when that'll be yet, though.
Now, since you've been at Clemson, you haven't missed any games, obviously.
Since 2010.
Yeah, so is that going to be different for you, not to be on the sideline or around the program?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to suck to not be able to see that in person. You know, obviously they're going to have a fantastic team this year, probably one of the best offenses in the country, if not the best. But yeah, I won't see any of it in person or that I know of right now. So yeah, that's going to stink a little bit, but it comes with it.
You know, you've been played since 2010. You're a former player, so it's obviously in your heart. You're a Clemson grad. You're a fan also. Yeah. How do you separate that? I mean, a lot of us in the business, we've had to learn how to do that. Have you got to that point yet to where you think you're ready to separate it and won't be such a fan?
You know, I think right when I said yes, that was kind of the line. You know, I drew it right there, and obviously something that may be difficult. I think when I've looked at it and done some radio interviews and some other things so far. The hardest thing is, going from saying we to they. And I say we a ton, and it's especially when I'm speaking about Clemson. At the end of the day, I'm still we. There's nothing that is going to change about that. Yeah, it is what it is, and they know that, and everybody should know that when they show my credentials and kind of why I'm a part of this. But at the same time, I want to be very fair and call it like I see it. But good thing for Clemson fans, that's probably going to be very positive for the foreseeable future.
Well, that's Eric McLean. I'm Will Vandervoort, of course, but it's more about him. So we appreciate you, man, coming and joining us. I know you got a golf match out here today, so go out there, have some fun, and hit them really good if you can, all right?
I'll try. Thank you, buddy.
All right, thanks, man. Stay tuned to the Clemson Insider. We'll have more from me, Allen, all week.